Jesse Waters and the Aldean thing. Thank you, Dim Dim, the man coming in. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this first. So recently, in an attempt to, sell tickets, Jason Aldean made a new song and a accompanying music video called "Try That in a Small Town." Let's take a look. The lyrics are here, and Jason Aldean has been accused of racism, race war baiting, and general bigotry. Jason Aldean hasn't really popped off since, I would assume, like the early 2000s or the early aughts. Let's see. Wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that this is a racist song? Where? What line? At Jason Aldean. People are so triggered. So let's just go over the lyrics for a moment, right? Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss at a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. That's just sundown. Let's just say, like, this is a sundown town. We don't take kindly to people like you. Like, also, they do try that in small towns. And Carter responded to it as well. If you watch the video, it would make more sense. The context of this whole song is about how black people riot straight up. This dude is essentially trying to paint the context that small white towns are safe. Yep. Let's take a look. Already off to a bad start. Already, like, so we got, like, live now from Fox. State of emergency declared in Georgia. A Molotov cocktail. Okay. Also, this location is known for racial violence. Wait, what's the location? Jason Aldean shot this at the site where a white lynch mob hung Henry Cote up at the Maury County Courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee, after dragging his body through the streets with a car in 1927. That's where Aldean chose to sing about murdering people who don't respect police. All right, well, never mind. Makes sense.
We'll try that in a small town. See how far you make it there.
Motherfucker, you are in ostrich skin boots right now. Like, I know those jeans were like $400, okay? I know this is like Corinthian leather on this members only jacket, okay? You got so much hat stiffener on there, okay? You got investments in fucking Barnaby's hat stiffener company. What the hell do you know? Bo Burnham said it best. Yeah.
You got a bunch of millionaire metrosexuals who've never done a hard day's work in their life, but they figured out the words and the phrases they can use to pander to their audience, and they list the same words and phrases off sort of Mad Lib style in every song, raking in millions of dollars from actual working class people. No shoes, no shirt, no shoes, you didn't hear that. A Bud Light with the logo facing out. Hear that subtle man's away.
Not anymore. Okay, so you could tell how outdated this is because he said Bud Light with the logo facing out. Not anymore. Not anymore, buddy. Gotta update those lyrics. Modelo, rise up. So yeah, it's perfect, dude. Like, what do you know about fighting Antifa? Jason Aldean? Try that in a small town? What are you gonna do from your fucking gated community? What are you gonna do in your gated community, dog? Also, someone pointed this out, Jason Aldean's hometown, remembering the civil rights movement. White resistance to integration in Macon. Compared to others, to some southern cities, the civil rights movement in Macon was relatively peaceful, but whites in Macon were committed to white supremacy, and the movement faced some resistance. In a letter to the editor of the Macon Telegraph, a white Maconite defined the color line, saying, quote, I have nothing against the N-word. It's the white N-word that makes my stomach crawl. Charles M. Grant goes on to define the white N-word as a white man with black blood that would rather serve, love, and mix with all N-words. In the next paragraph, he further defines himself as a segregationist, stating that, quote, God made man several different colors. If he had wanted us to mix and disgrace the classes of blood that he created, he would have made us the same color. Extremely normal behavior, you know, for Macon. Wait, shut up. Oh my god.
my
Oh,
God.
oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh god, yes. 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 Oh god. Dude, what the fuck? I didn't know about this part. Just popping in here to say Jason Aldean is a clown. What else do y'all expect from a man who wore blackface in 2015? 2015, y'all. This is not like post 9/11, like, you know, you know? This wasn't during like the oh god, Ice Cube's like Black White premiere, you know? This is just like a Halloween party in 2015. Donald Trump was running for president at this time. Yeah, get a better camera for real.
Around here we take care of our own. You cross.
In what way? In what way do you around here take care of your own? Because let me tell you something. I'm from the kind of like towns that Jason Aldean is talking about, and nobody takes care of nobody. Okay? Yeah, Tim Pool ass song. Nobody takes care of anybody in small town America. You know what one of like the virtues are in small town America? Not taking care of your own. Keeping to yourself. Being as far away from other people as possible. Like, that is like a virtue. That's like something to strive towards. Isolationism. Like, that's what people in small town America are raised to believe is like a good thing. Okay, hear me out. Jason Aldean, try that in a small gown. Try that in a ball gown.
In a small town.
Okay, hang on.
You don't.
I'm fairly certain this is Europe. I am fairly certain that this is Europe. These are not American cops. Yeah, these are French cops. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Merde. Try this in a small town, okay? Try it in a small town where you are far away from Paris, okay? Try it in a small town where the immigrant communities and suburbs are. In Paris, we want to sit on cafe, drink wine for 3 hours and contemplate existence. Merde, tabernacle. Try this in a small hamlet. Shut the fuck up.
They say one day they're gonna round up.
They say one day they're gonna round up? Yeah, like, who is the they in this? Is the they like you and the boys gonna round up, you know? Some, you know, some peoples? Or is it like, they're coming after us, brother, they're gonna round us up our guns? Gun grabber paranoia? Must be.
Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town.
Dude, they're less likely to do it in cities. Like, this is the great delusion of, like, you know, rural America, like, you know, like vice signaling. Like, try it out here, brother, you can't do it. Dog, there's like 10 of y'all, okay? Alright? Like, taking guns out of cities where there's, like, more guns than people is more difficult. What the fuck are you talking about? They've been trying to do fucking, like, to get guns off the streets of metropolitan areas since the fucking 80s. They're more likely to run over you and, like, the 3,000 people in, like, Bush, Louisiana, than they are to take all the guns away from, like, I don't know, like, Minneapolis. Also, I just want to point out, it's obviously like race war baiting. Like someone said, you know, Tim Pool vibes type shit. It's very much just Race War, the musical. Yeah, like you're in the country club, dog. You're in a, like, if you're not in a gated community, like a big ass gated community, Jason Aldean, you're on some like massive property with insane security, okay? Like, can anyone find like where, does Jason Aldean actually live out in Macon, or does he live out in some like, you know, hoity-toity, you know, like Nashville area? Race war at the disco. Race panic at the disco. Cough cough old plantation. Probably Nashville. Nashville home, of course. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're out in Nashville, first of all, you're in the city, okay? As city as, like, Tennessee can get. He lives on the beach in Florida. Can you confirm that? I think he's from Nashville. No, he's from Macon. Tennessee Estate. Jason and Brittany Aldean's new home features. Dog, you got leopard print couches. Motherfucking crystal chandeliers. Ew, and some of the worst. Oh, what the fuck? There's like, look, I'm not one to like shit on like kids of shitty people, like especially when like they're little kids, but like that is a bad rendition. That's a bad rendition. Do they have carpet? Ew. Hello, motherfuckers. Hey, hi now, you're Durin. How you Durin? No accounting for taste. Wait, that's Lil Wayne lyrics? Shut up. You got a motherfucking treat charcuterie. And you're over here like, try that in a small town. Maybe he's a fan of LSD and wants his house to have extra movement when he's tripping balls. There's so many textures. There's so many different textures. Yeah, try that in a small town. Aldean paid $4.1 million for a 5-bed, 5-bath, 4,452 square foot beach house. The spectacular property affords the singer and his family the opportunity to walk out the back door, down a bridge to their private beach. At the exterior of the villa, it features a courtyard with iron gates that includes gas lanterns, a swimming pool, and a fountain. Hey, you know, you want that pool for whenever the beach is not, you know, to snuff, I guess. A 3-minute tour? Yes, a taste of country. Let's go. This is the content I want.
Jason Aldean traded his old mansion for a new one back in June.
First of all, holy fuck. His old mansion was crazy.
Of 2020. But when we say mansion, we should probably say mega mansion, and you won't believe what's inside.
Holy fuck.
This is the couple's dream home, a dream home that took 2 years to build. We're here to give you a peek inside the country singer's lavish abode, but we won't be the only ones over here giving you the tour.
It was a blessing to have been able to move into the house this year.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. Okay? Shot in the dark here. Brittany Aldean, first of all, Brittany. I'm sorry, no disrespect to, you know, the Queen Britney Spears, but like Jason and Brittany, that is the most countrified like aspect of their existence. Jason and Brittany. Oh, sorry, my shot in the dark. Brittany, either real estate, oil, or VC money. One of those three. Real estate, oil, or VC. This is like Watch Mojo for sundown towns.
Bell, so you're always in the loop. Before we knock on Aldean's door, we want to know which country artist do you think has the biggest house in the industry? When it came to the family's dream home, they spared no expense. A consistent aesthetic throughout the house? Whites, grays, no expense.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. He's got the fucking, like, white tail, negative space tattoo. Nasty. Nasty.
A consistent aesthetic throughout the house? Whites, grays, blacks, and
Yeah, it is a consistent aesthetic. Whites.
blues. Attention to detail was key, making their home the ultimate entertaining spot. Speaking of entertainment, Aldean's man cave has this. Yeah, not totally sure why his buddy and fellow artist...
Yeah, don't come around these parts, brother. Okay, we take care of our own out in the fucking holler.
Okay, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. We know you're probably wondering, Addison, how big is this place? I'll let Brittany tell you.
I will say it's over 20,000 square feet, but I'm not exactly.
A home is 2,500 square feet. I have a 900 square foot home. They live in a mall. Yeah. So that's the living, and this is apparently their newer summer home. That's the kind of living they have. That's the kind of vibes they're bringing. God, they have no taste. Nasty. I like when they say, I built. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, they really were, you know, putting in the work. I built this with my own 2 hands. So yeah, this is Jason Aldean. Very clearly vice signaling to his conservative audience that are ginned up in a fury of like anti-trans, anti-black, you know, white supremacist rhetoric. You know, it's no shock, it's no surprise. You know, it's kind of like what modern country's been for a while. But also, here, let's check in with the 5, okay? You know, classically racist, you know? classically racist, Maria Bartiromo and Greg Gutfeld and Jesse Waters and Judge Janine Pirro. Let's check it out.
I want to go to the former...
Greg Gutfeld still cannot touch the floor from the chair.
Pretty simple and not controversial. Aldean argues out-of-control crime and BLM riots wouldn't fly in small-town America. But the woke think that's right.
Here's the thing, though. Why would BLM riots be in small-town America? America is still extremely segregated. The small-town America is just code for sundown towns.
And Aldean's now defending himself and calls the outrage, quote, meritless.
I can't stand these women.
I'm actually not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm pleased that you are, and I'm pleased that you are.
You do agree that he should be allowed to say whatever he wants.
Because as a lawyer, when I put my legal hat on, I don't believe in censorship.
Right.
However, this man is from Macon, Georgia. My father's from Augusta, Georgia, and Macon, Georgia. I spent many summers there. Yeah, both. I spent many summers there. It is one of the most racist places in this country. And unfortunately, this became the #1 song on U.S. iTunes.
Okay, let's be clear, though. The right measures success of their music and their agitprop on iTunes. A metric that no one in the music industry uses. Like, Forgiato Blow tops iTunes. You think the average American knows who the fuck Forgiato Blow is? It's iTunes. You have to pay for individual songs on iTunes. You know who's paying for individual songs? Your grandma. Your grandma, who was like, you know, like in their 50s when the fucking like iPod came out. And we're like, oh, look at that. I can go on the interwebs and buy my favorite music. I can put all the Elvis onto my fucking iPod. People pay for Spotify Premium now and listen to music for free.
We have a problem in this country about race, and the biggest problem is we refuse to admit that it is.
Apple Music ain't all that bad. Apple Music and iTunes are different, though. Even as an Apple user, we have Apple Music, which is not iTunes. Even Apple got rid of it. Yeah.
Exists.
Well,
Jason Aldean ain't a racist. And in the stupid little minds of these people, everybody ain't thinking about race. The man went to a small town.
Mm-hmm.
The man lived in a small town.
Uh-huh.
Y'all talking about he referring to Black Lives Matter. Y'all done made Black Lives Matter worse than what it is because, well, no, I ain't made it worse. But y'all are alluding to it being worse than what you're trying to portray. He showed clips of violence and stupidity and all these things that people shouldn't have been doing.
Yep. And then he said, try that around these parts. We don't take kindly to it.
That's not protest. That's violence. And y'all saying he talking about Black Lives Matter. Y'all gotta be the stupidest women on planet Earth.
Oh, well, let's fucking check it out then. Let's check it out. We'll get back to the 5 in a minute. I want to see exactly what they said.
So country singer Jason Aldean is getting backlash for the video of his song Not in a Small Town, which critics are saying is racist. It's got lyrics, racist lyrics, and images. Aldean says the song's about unity.
Oh, no, brother, it's about joining hands. It's about bipartisan legislation. It's about unity, all right? I'm the unity country music artist. Meanwhile, my man Garth Brooks is out here like, I love everybody, okay? I don't stand with bigotry, all right? Garth Brooks is like, everybody just needs to vibe out. Everybody just needs to chill, all right? Fuck out of here. Yeah, white unity.
South Dakota Christian Nome defending him. Here's the clip.
I am shocked by what I'm seeing in this country with people attempting to cancel this song and cancel Jason. I think a lot of times people that go out and fight every day on these important issues and have an opinion and remember the freedom and liberty that this country was founded on get persecuted from it. And we're seeing that with the Aldeans right now and the songwriters that work so hard on this. And I just want them to know that we support them. We love them. Thank you for writing a song that America can get behind. And boy, keep singing, keep playing. And if you want to come to South Dakota, I'll let you play anywhere.
You'll let him play anywhere? You own South Dakota now? Listen, you know, there are lyrics in the song, and I think You know, he talks about life in a small town, and it's different, you know, and he shows these images. He's got folks from the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's talking about people taking care of each other. And I find it so interesting that never occurred to Jason or the writers.
Let me tell you something. You want to write a song about small town? This is it. This is a song about small town America. Chattahoochee, brother. It's about Chattahoochee. It's about small town America? No, it's about, like, black people not coming into your, like, small white enclaves. That's what it's about.
That's what these folks were doing. They were taking care of the people in their town because they didn't like what they saw. Just like you talk about people taking care of each other in small towns. We do the same thing in big towns. You just have to realize that when you make it about Black Lives Matter, people kind of say, well, are you talking about black people? What are you talking about here? If we're talking about Americans taking care of each other, then it shouldn't be about Black Lives Matter. You should be able to show all the different things that have gone on in our country where people stood up and said no more. We do the same thing that small towns do. That's my 2 cents to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the most normal takeaway.
So guys, since everyone's been calling that new Jason Aldean song racist, I decided to do some investigating of my own, and I listened to the song, and the entire song is actually about criminals. It's about people who carjack.
Yeah, who are the criminals? Baby's first dog whistle? Like, we're doing this again? Like, this is our, this is our current discourse? Was Jason Aldean's song showing Fox News segments about BLM riots 3 years out of the George Floyd protests? By the way, let's just consider for a moment, by the way, that the news cycle is so like dead right now that we are having discourse about Jason Aldean making a song about BLM riots 3 years out of the fucking the George Floyd protests. Like, your consent is being manufactured, conservatives. Yeah, still waiting for those acts to pass, yeah. You're the Greek Cassandra of racism for these people? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stop. Stop. Candace Owens covered the Jason Aldean song on her alt channel, but unfortunately it's 34 minutes. Yeah, I ain't watching all that. Thread breaking down the implications and tricky BS and how people are interpreting the lyrics. Okay, hang on, I'll look at that in a second.
Grandmas, people who disrespect the police, people who disrespect the military, the flag, all of these things. And at no point does he actually ever mention...
Not dead. They just do not care about the actual news, like Trump stealing Israeli artifacts, soldier defected from North Korea, U.S. sending sub to North Korea shooting at the water. Well, when I say the news cycle is dead, it's that real news is always happening. Massive labor movement in America that they could be covering. You know, if the right wants to do, like, real agitprop, then they would be, like, doing anti-union agitprop. They could be talking about, you know, the indictments and stuff like that. But I think even right-wing media recognizes that, like, the indictments, they're not going away and they're not going to, you know, get out of them. So they're trying to, like, distract from them with this. Right-wing media loves a bullshit, like, race bait story. They love that because they can, you know, fan the flames of, like, racial tensions in America. They love that shit, you know? They can distract from all the actual material issues that are happening in the country, from climate change. We have had the 17 hottest days on record in the month of July. I haven't heard a single
she called me a
right-wing, like,
home.
piece of coverage over that.
Black people. At no point does he actually ever mention race. And so it made me ask the question, are these people assuming he's talking about black people? And if they're assuming he's talking about black people, when the entire song is about criminals, doesn't that make them the racist? Isn't that how...
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you talk about race and racism, you're the real racist. Got it. Got it. Cool. Who is this dude? CJ Pearson? Oh, he's a PragerU guy. Okay, wait a minute. Is this? Okay, no, this is a different guy. I thought this was the kid that was on Jubilee who like did stuff with PragerU. He was like one of the like Zoomer millennial contributors to PragerU who had that rap song, talking white, we're talking white, talking white, we're talking white. I thought that was him for a second. News gets to set the narrative just by choosing what to cover. Yep. Looking for Candace said something about it, which she retweeted the vid, but here. Anytime I see the word lynching in the media, it's a guaranteed hoax every single time. What's the meaning of the word? Now it means white liberals trying to make black people care about something. How did no one respond to this? All right, let's get back to the 5.
Yeah.
It's a video jockey.
Video jockey.
But downtown Julie Brown isn't here, so I guess.
Why would CMT pull this?
They're afraid of backlash. They're afraid of a small and vocal mob rising up and contacting their sponsors and having their sponsors pull ads and revenue. Music, video, television actually isn't very popular right now. Even CMT, people don't sit for long periods of time like they used to in the 90s when we didn't.
Everybody look at the void around the lady that sold her dignity for the bag. I don't think she ever had dignity.
Of the internet.
She was always a
no
grifter.
Facebook, and so it's hard enough getting an audience. So it's just fear of people rising up and getting these sponsors to pull out.
And Greg, now he's #1 everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I guess the C in CMT.
#1 everywhere.
That gremlin is spicy. With
#1 everywhere. Music nerds in the chat. Where's the typical let's see. Let's check the iHeartRadio top 40. Top song today is Karma by Taylor Swift. Let's see. Jason Aldean. Let's see. Where is Jason on this? Oh, he's not on this page. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see. Jason Aldean on this list. Not in the top 10. Is he in the top 20? Nowhere to be found.
Stands for cowardice.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think he learned in today's world, you can't depict reality because reality is racist. So you can't have.
Dude, it's so easy. It's so incredibly easy to be a right-wing commentator. Give it a try right now. I don't understand why everybody is going after Jason Aldean. I'm sorry, are we supposed to be in favor of crime? Are we supposed to be in favor of property damage? Being a right-wing commentator is so fucking easy. All you gotta do is just be racist, be stupid. Don't try and, make any sense of the world. Don't try and... Shut the fuck up. Y'all clip that, I will ban you. You don't have to, make sense of the world. You already have established your, presuppositional, positions.
Have mug shots. You can't have clips of rioting because that tells a story that has been shaped out of existence by the media. But please play one incident by a police officer, a fatal interaction between a cop and a suspect 100, 200 times a day until you believe that
Wait. What the fuck did you just say? I'm sorry. I have to look away from the screen when Greg Gutfeld is on because he has the most punchable face on Fox News. So, in order to not have an infarction, I had to, just stare at chat. So I didn't really hear what he said.
But please play one incident by a police officer, a fatal interaction between a cop and a suspect 100, 200 times a day until you believe that that is the reality. And everybody...
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. He said, play one incident on repeat 100, 200 times a day. I thought he said show incidents of a cop... of cops beating up people or being violent 100 or 200 times. And I'm like, wait, so you admit that it happens all the time? Graham's about to OPM his monitor. Yeah, dude, I'm about to get real Kyle up in here.
Assumes, and studies show this, that 1,000 blacks are killed by cops. every year. Maybe it's even more. I think Democrats believe it's somewhere between 1,000 and 4,000. So the results are that that's what we believe. And when you show that, you upset the left because they know that they made those images possible. They degraded the cops. They defend criminality. This is a media-driven, activist-driven problem that has been lasting since these riots. We have not recovered from this. And all he's saying...
It's been 3 years, dude. It's been 3 years. The only people who have, like, not moved on, who have not, like, you know, progressed from, like, you know, the riots and the civil unrest across the country is right-wing media. Y'all got nothing going on. Welcome to racism. I know, like, they still can't move on. I mean, look at, like, the, you know, Civil War, dude. We still can't just all agree, like, yeah, it was for slavery. If y'all want real Southern small-town song, look no further than Comrade Alan Jackson. That's right. We're Darren Younger on a Chattahoochee.
Is this wouldn't happen here? I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. It is a mirror, though. Everything's a mirror. Hip-hop is a soundtrack to violence and some other...
When I say something like hip-hop, rap, drill is a reflection of the material conditions that people experience where, like, music and art like that manifests, that is an accurate description of how, you know, culture happens. When Greg Gutfeld says this shit
is... This was since these riots. We have not recovered from this. And all he's saying is this wouldn't happen here. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. It is a mirror, though. Everything's a mirror. Hip-hop is a soundtrack to violence and some other cultures. So,
dude, this is just the 14 words. This is straight up just the 14 words. He's saying, like, you know, hip-hop and some other cultures are reflections of violence. And they're just inherently that. Mask off, hood on. What is drill? Drill is another, like, a variant, a splinter of hip-hop.
So, if you're upset about this, tough beans.
Right, like a pro-crime hip-hop song, not canceled.
Pro-crime hip-hop song. Dude, this is the shit that your parents and grandparents listen to all day. Like, this is, like, plugged into their brains all day. And we wonder, like, how is it that, like, you know, older generations are so goddamn racist? How is it that some parts of America are just that fucking racist? This shit right here is like, there's a barbershop in my town that I have tried to go to multiple times. And every time I just, like, out of convenience, I've tried to go there. But every time I go there, this shit is on the TV. They have, like, American flag, a thin blue line, like, you know, the aprons they put over you at the barbershop. And, like, there's not a single black person that goes in there, of course. Every person in there is just hogged up. Fuck that barbershop? Yeah, it sucks. As Dr. Dre said in NWA, our songs are a reflection of our reality. Yeah. Wait, what? Thin blue line bib? Yeah, it's like a bib or apron that they put over you at the barbershop. It's like a thin blue line American flag. Barbershops are apolitical here, just sports usually. The crazy thing is, that barbershop thinks they're apolitical.
But an anti-crime country song canceled, Judge.
Well, yeah, you know, you have these rap songs like the rest of it, Donald Trump, or...
God, dude. These are the, like, thought leaders in America. These are the people that are, like, leading the narrative of the political discourse. You know the rest of it, the police.
Or you get some of these rap songs where they actually talk about rape and they talk about killing cops. That stuff is never censored. Okay, but CMT...
It's always censored if it's on the radio. Motherfucking Janine Pirro. I wonder how many fucking mixers she had before this.
For them to do this, don't they know who their audience is? Don't they know who buys Jason Aldean's records? I mean, what is wrong with them? And the whole idea of the First Amendment and freedom of speech, I mean, the hip-hop rap artists get to say whatever they want, but you get a conservative there who literally has documentation of what is happening in America, of the truth, of the facts, and he's not trying to portray them in any way other than how they are, and he gets, you know, canceled, or the song gets
He's not canceled. He's not canceled. He's making more money right now than he has in years. What do you think, Jason Aldean just came out of nowhere with a song about BLM rioters because he's like, you know, he's popping off at this moment? No, he did that because he wasn't popping off. He did this so that he could capitalize on the current political climate. But also, it's iTunes. It's iTunes. He is not like having a moment.
I'm going to buy a bunch of
Well, she called me a
songs.
communist
And
in my
usually the
own
left,
home.
Progressive on.
Jessica,
Thank you for the 9 months.
embraces free expression, art. How many times have we heard, oh, it's art. Can't censor art.
No, it is art, okay? Even if it is like, you know, brain dead art, even if it's shit art, it is art at the end of the day. It's just propaganda art. That's what it is. It's racial agitprop. It's art, it's just shitty art, yeah. Also, you can be critical of all art. That's not the problem, right? Not the problem. Is that the man took a political discourse that is 3 years out of the current discourse, rehashed it because American hogs are just that bloodthirsty.
I didn't think that it deserved to be pulled. I think you can have a conversation about it because it's not just saying,
Also, so this person, for those of you who aren't aware, this person is meant to be like the punching bag, the heel on the 5.
you know, this doesn't happen in small towns. It's saying if it did happen in a small town, we've all got guns and we're going to take matters into our own hands, which is vigilantism.
No, it's a
Yes,
good
it's
message.
not. Oh,
It stops it.
Your
That
good
is not
message is my vigilantism.
Well-
I would also say that I do think it's a strange choice to perform this in front of a courthouse where a boy was lynched, an 18-year-old was lynched in 1927.
Do you think he knows that?
You know what,
I hope that he does. If he doesn't have good enough advance
there have been
people
so many music videos and so many films
in front of places where
in
people
front
are
of
lynched.
that exact location.
But don't
and no
Yeah,
one
I wonder why they were in front of that exact location.
said anything.
Don't you think he's trying to show that there hasn't been that much progress and that, you know, with Black Lives Matter is violating the law themselves at this point? Rioting and
I'm just
burning?
saying, I
That's
imagine
what
that there
happened
are
100 years
available
later.
courthouses where an 18-year-old boy wasn't lynched. Again,
Why does he need to be in front of a courthouse? Why does Jason Aldean, in a music video for a song that is about don't come around these parts, need to be in front of a courthouse? It could have been in front of a fucking pasture. It could have been on a dirt road. It could have been on railroad tracks. It could have been in front of a barn. It could have been, on the plantation. It could have been literally anywhere. Why in front of that courthouse? It's because a kid was lynched there. That's why.
again, I said I didn't think that it should be taken down. I think you should have these conversations. I think what Sheryl Crow is contributing to this, talking about the fact that she actually grew up in a much smaller town.
Okay. All right. I'm done with this. I'm done. It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Jason Aldean is obviously a race-baiting piece of shit. He's very clearly aware of what he's doing and doing it for, his own personal, profit. So